Well, we've got another trip coming up. Bit of a road trip down to Melbourne, 4,000 k's. So a few jobs to do to prepare the van for that. And the first one that I have to do today is take the van to get a couple of new tyres. So this is the newest tyre on the van, but you can see why it's getting replaced. It's the one that was in this position when we had the leaky rim last year. So even though it looked fine when it went onto the new rim, the damage was already done. So that one needs replacing, and then the one on the other side that I'm having replaced is the one that has been the spare. So there we go, a couple of nice new, shiny new tyres. It should be good, last us a while. And head for work.
Carver's got a radio check.
Yeah, she's a keeper.
For the back windows, we have these covers that we just put up to cover the back windows at night time and when we want privacy. But one of the issues that we have is that they tend to fall out. So when I first made them, they were nice and tight, but you know, they've just kind of relaxed a little bit. So I've been to Bunnings and I bought some half round Hello. Okay, so my plan is to use brads to pin these things onto the window, but I'm just going to do a test shot because I want to see whether or not a brad is going to split that beading, because I really don't want to split it. So alright, that's good, no signs of splitting, so proceed as planned. Now I need a way to space this off the window, so I space them all the same distance. That is not an airside one, got them mixed up while I've been working on them. Okay, that's why I took the two near side, what I thought were the two near side ones first. Okay, that's definitely an airside one. Offcut of this seems like a good thing to use for a spacer. And put this in. Yeah, should do the trick. A bit of filler, a bit of paint. Okay, well that should sort that issue out. So part of what was going on was often when we open the door, this would fall out and fall on the ground, which is a bit of a nuisance. So that's that done. On to the next job. This RV Labs catch here, which is catching the pantry. When I installed it, it was kind of an afterthought installing it, and so I just kind of carved a bit of a hole there for the tongue to sit into and keep the door closed. And then when we were travelling in January in outback Queensland, it broke. All important cookie. Oh, you're kidding me. What? Oh, I've just broken the pantry. Oh. So I opened the door, didn't pull the thing properly, and it snapped this, and so you can see that looks pretty yuck, and it's all kind of glued back together. So my plan is to mount it this way around and recess it back in so it's flush with that surface and flush with this surface, and cut a notch here for the tongue of the catch. Put the door back on and make sure it works. It's good. It's catching. It'll be nice and secure. Okay. Now I've got a bit of a mess to clean up. Okay, so Saturday morning, still a few wee jobs to do to get the van ready for our trip away, but first I need to head to Bunnings and pick up a few bits and pieces so that I can do those jobs. This is what I'm looking for. So far going really well, finding everything I need really easily, which is pretty unusual at Bunnings. All done, all paid for, time to get out of here. Stay. Yeah. Thank you. I need to finish these trims off. Okay, I've come back and just hit the filler with a bit of Scotch-Brite, and now I'm going to put a primer coat on it. I'm just using this 4-in-1 Probably should have primed these before I put them on, but you know. So if you've seen our Iveco toilet review, you'll know that we have been putting the toilet paper into the composting section of the toilet. I did talk in there about the downsides of that, the paper building up on the agitator arm. So we've decided we're going to try putting just a little bin in the bathroom and having compostable bags in that and popping the toilet paper into that. So this is going to be a pretty quick, easy job actually. If you haven't seen that review, I'll put a card up here. Yeah, that'll be fine. You can just go down there. So the other job that I want to work on today is this. In the cab of the van, we don't have a decent way of charging our phones. I've got a couple of these little USB fast charge outlets which just get wired in to the 12 volt system. So this one I'm going to put in the cab, and I'm thinking that I'm going to replace the cigarette lighter, which we never use, with that. It looks like it's probably about the right size to fit in there, or it's probably what it's designed for. So yeah, let's give it a shot. Okay, after much struggling and trying, I've given up on this idea. Neither of those outlets there I can figure out how to get out without destroying things, but there is this other outlet over here which is standard fitment in the van, and it's pretty much useless for charging. It's so slow. So I think I'm going to replace that. Alright, it is as I feared. The red is a 5 volt feed, so that's no good for me. I need 12 volts. I'm going to have to get a 12 volt feed up here. Where'd it go? It's be there somewhere. Gotcha. How do screws just disappear into thin air? Well, that's frustrating. It doesn't give me a much better access, a little bit better. But I've also managed to drop and lose one of the screws from up in here, which I can't find. I found the other one. I lost two. I found one. I'm thinking that I might make this feed from the house batteries rather than from the van batteries. It's a bit more work probably to do. Okay, so I've decided it's not worth the hassle of feeding it off the house batteries, so I'm just pulling a feed down here, and we'll tee into 12 volt from the vehicle down here. It's going to feed it off the same feed as the CB. I know that the feed the CB's taken off is capable of way more than I'm using it for, so it's fine. I'll just take it off the fused side of the feed so that this is also fused. try it out. Here's a cable. Turn the soldering iron off. Turn the ignition on. Plug our cable in here. Fast charging, excellent. It's what we want. Just do that again. See? Cool. Well, I found the other screw. I picked up the mat which I had put outside, and I shook it out as I put it outside, and it didn't. The screw didn't fall out of it. No, okay, it's not in the mat. I picked up the mat again to put it back in the van and gave it another good shake, and I heard the screw fall out. I still couldn't see it, so then I went and got a broom and just started sweeping the concrete and watching for movement, and then found the screw. So job done. Okay, time to paint these beadings. Just touching up a bit of paint here too where it needed some fixing. Okay, well, I'm going to put a second coat of paint on these beadings, and I think I'm going to call that the end of this video. So thanks for watching, and join us next time. A few more little jobs to finish off, ready for another big trip. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all those things, and yeah, be kind. We'll see you next time. See ya.